Welcome back to Love, Lies, and Lace Friends, where we do reactions, reviews, and commentary on the YouTube channels you love to watch. Guys, are you subscribed to this channel? If you're not, you need to be. Hit your notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a video, when I go live, and drop another video for you. Also, follow me on Instagram. That way you can keep up with what I'm doing, okay? If you enjoy channels like this and commentary, consider becoming a member. Otherwise, guys, Bougie Gang Gang, it's an open thing. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel so you can participate in the chats. And I will see you next time I hit that live button. Okay? Take care. Bye. Hey guys, how are you?
You could be doing a post of being on my page, bitch, cause I ain't got nothing for you nothing ass bitches.
Hey guys, how are you? What's going on, guys? Hi, Jackson Squad. Hi, me and four. Let me send an alert because I'm thinking maybe I didn't get, because I did put up a couple of, I don't know. I'm not gonna make any excuses, but let me go ahead and put up a notification. Maybe I need to put one up on Instagram too. Okay. Let's see. Let me see what's going on here, guys. Okay, guys. I hope that you guys girl under contract. That's the only one I see right now. Let me go to the other thing over here. Let's see. They're probably like, she's live again. What happened? Oh, I'm sharing the wrong one. Okay, here we go. Why did Melanie King get served? YouTube did not like dragged. So that's not a good word to use. If you try to use dragged in a title, it's probably not going anywhere. And I'm gonna say and discussing Melanie King. I heard, any of you guys who have been following this, I don't know if she was over there at the Tommy Sotomayor channel. I heard that when she got off another channel this morning, Mike TV, I don't know. That's what I heard. I was just listening again, and someone was saying she was over there. Like, sis is everywhere. I don't know what happened, like what sparked this other than Mike TV. So I'm gonna just tell you guys what I know, and if we're gonna go deeper with it, then we will. Where do you even find he's not on YouTube anymore, right? Melanie is live now with Tommy getting drilled again. Let me tell you, this lady, Girl, she could come here if she wants to, but at the end of the day, like she can't go around the river through the bushes and up through the woods to have a conversation because this lady really is you ask her a question and girl, it's very frustrating. And with my ADD, I don't think I could tolerate it, just to be quite honest, because mine's well controlled. And when people start talking like that, it drives me absolutely nuts. Like I can't. So it would frustrate me. But um whatever. Let's see. Hold up. Okay. Now, okay, this is what I know. And you know how you hear one side, you hear another side. I feel like there is some misunderstanding. Now, Melanie has done this to herself. I'm gonna be honest. The shitstorm she's in right now is all her own business and squarely. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like it's girl, after you got drunk the first night, you should have kept your ass wherever you were at, handled your business, got on your plane, and came home. Um, However, I think she was already in the process of being exposed on some things, right? So Melanie King is has a commentary channel and she does, guess what, guys? She does reaction videos. She used to be up under Kevin Samuels. And I can take you on a little trip down memory lane for a reaction I did almost a year ago, right around the time that Kevin Samuels passed away. And we talked about it. I swear to God, I wish Portia would stop barking. Guys, oh my God. Our little yapping dog. Anyway, okay. Just ignore her. I hope you can't hear it too well. Anyway, someone on the chat will say we can. It's okay. Anyway, so sis was in California. Why I do not know, but she was on a trip and she was co-hosting or collabing with a gentleman named MTR, who is part of what they call the Maniverse, right? And he's a guy who has gotten increasingly popular since Kevin Samuels passed away and has kind of picked up some of that audience, right? Anyway, Melanie has been kind of exalted a little bit since Kevin's passing, basically giving the same type of tough coaching, um, Simon Cowell quality feedback, being gregarious, all of the things, right? Um, but she's been called out for being a hypocrite. They say in some of this sector, they call her a little bit of a chameleon because they feel like she shape shifts and changes. I guess they're saying she's fake. She goes whichever the way the wind blows. Isn't that the lady that gives women advice on how to get and keep a man? And she's divorced. And let me get this baby. Portia, come here. Girl, that was ghetto. Let me get my dog. Hold on. Girl, sis needs a hug. And I'm talking about Portia, my dog. Okay. All right. Yes, she does give advice, right? Now, she's been married, she's been divorced. Is it that a lady can give advice? If your relationship has fallen apart, maybe you've learned some things. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that you have to be, you know, I think sometimes people can come from a perspective of, this is what I did when I messed up. Um, and I'm not talking about Terry McMillan, the novelist. I'm talking about Terry McMillan. There's another Terry McMillan, believe it or not. And she wrote a book, Why You're Not Married. And I will share the article. I'm sure some of you are familiar with it. It's like the most downloaded or most read article on the Huffington Post regarding why women are not married, right? I've talked about this a million times on this channel, but whatever. Anyway, that woman's been married 4 times. and she's giving relationship advice, and she says, I can tell you what not to do. Kevin Samuels, yeah, he was married, he was divorced 2-3 times, right? So he says, I can tell you, he's been a husband, and he knows what he did to not be a successful husband. Now, to have been a successful husband, maybe that was not something that he had been able to perfect at that time, right? But he was helping men, I guess, find relationships. Girl, lasting relationships, that's a whole nother story. But at the end of the day, people can give advice. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be living perfection to give advice. And I think if someone is looking for that, then that's what they'll seek out and hire, right? Um, I think if you're coming from a perspective of, let me shut this door. Can you put her somewhere, please? Or else I'm gonna go back to my office. Whew. Okay. All right, guys. I'm sorry. We have company. We have guests in from out of town. Okay. Yes. Okay. Um. Okay. So basically what's been going on, let me show you guys this, and then we're going to go back in time a little bit, and we're going to get as much covered as we possibly can without dragging it out. But if you guys are into it, we'll get further into it, but just as kind of like, Fran, tell me what I need to know. This is what happened last night, and I think there's a couple of clips in this where they shared some of what happened. Now, is there something wrong with getting drunk and getting to know a guy and flirting and all of those things? Not really. But if you are out here and you are coaching women on how to be feminine, how to achieve relationships, how to get the man of your dreams, or how to navigate these dating waters as a sophisticated woman, but you are twerking, getting drunk, flirting with men 20 years younger than you who you're collaborating with, and I'm saying quote unquote working, because it's not a foregone conclusion just because someone's a male and someone's a female that you need to flirt with that person, right? So you're in theory working, you're collabing, and you are flirting, which is not appropriate, right? You wouldn't do that at work, so you shouldn't do that even as a entrepreneur, independent contractor, right? So she, or not even contractor, but is an independent entrepreneur collaborating with another professional, right? That's probably not something that you would want to do, not one night, but 2 nights in a row. And you're someone who part of your reputation is part of like your moneymaker. And the fact that you are looking less than your reputation at this moment because your reputation is selling, femininity, values and how to achieve that high value man, right? Um, but she was on. I'm just going to show you. Okay, so let me share my screen, and then we'll get into it, and then we'll talk about it, and then I'm going to share something else. Okay. Let's see. Let's go over here. I will drop a link to this video. I'm just going to drop it here in the chat, and it's here. So if you are watching around the 14-minute mark, there is a link to the actual marathon live that was roughly 8 hours long. This live was it's 11 o'clock. So this will tell you. And this live sparked off of another live that had been going for hours and hours and hours. But this live literally just ended. Okay. I think let me see. Streamed live. Okay. Let me just double check before I hit the play button. Because I think where am I? I'm at, girl, 4 hours and 34 minutes, right? Girl, let me make sure on another screen that they are no longer okay. I should have just clicked on that link. Are they still streamed 4 minutes ago? I think it's over, right? New 8 hours and 2 minutes. Can you? It's 8 hours, 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Okay. Okay. It's over. Let's get into it. All right. I'm not even going to show the chat because I don't know any of these people. I don't know if you guys know any of these people, but the link is there. Let me share the link now, and you guys can go watch it in its entirety or whatever pieces and portions you choose to. I just want to show this part and give a little bit of context. But someone asked a very good question, and I was like, okay. And that kind of jumps off of, was it Nisha's question just a second ago? So let's hear this.
Provide relationship advice to anybody when you yourself have a failed marriage?
I don't know. Nothing makes me qualified, but if people rock.
So here she is. This lady has over 300,000. She has, I don't even know how much on her kids' channel. Hold on. Her kids' channel, I had that pulled up before. Oh man, did I lose it? She gave some statistic. They were asking her how many views does her kids channel have, and one of her kids channels has a total views of over 1 billion. So was this the channel? Let's see. Okay, let's get into this right here. I'm gonna let you guys listen to this. I'm gonna find what I'm looking for.
With me and they feel like it resonates with them, it's up to those individuals. If you don't rock with me, you don't rock with me. If you don't think I'm qualified, I'm not qualified. I'm not here to everybody doesn't have to like me or like what I have to say, but the people who do, they do.
So her sister called into this live stream the night before last, and she was actually just on the live stream. Towards the end of this live stream, her sister's on here. Now she has a sister. They have the same father, two different mothers. So her sister obviously has a different mom. They got divorced, and then he married Melanie's mom, and he's been with Melanie's mom ever since. Her sister's 8 years older than her, and her sister called into this. Now, was her sister trashing her? No. But she was answering questions not on the behalf of Melanie, but just on the damn YouTube streets. It's a whole damn mess. Okay. Now, why is Melanie calling into everybody's damn show? I have no idea. I really don't. She was on Mike TV. She's over here on Duke the Don. She was over there on MTR 2 days ago. She's on Tommy Sotomayor right now. I don't know where else she's going, but she's everywhere. And I don't know if it's because she was over there drunk at that guy MTR's channel, like why this is happening. Me personally, the first night that she was drunk on air, and flirting with that guy, and she tried to get a kiss and he gave her a high five, I would have literally came back next week. You know what I'm saying? Like after you get friend zoned and embarrassed like that, what would make someone think that it's time to come back for more the following day to do the same stupid shit, right? So, but she did. She did. She went back for more. And this is what's going on right now. So let's continue. So someone's asking her a question. Who are you to give advice?
Well, the reason I asked
basically
if you're projecting is because you seem to have a lot of negative energy, a lot of vitriol for Black women in particular. And
Where?
I'm just trying to understand where.
Tell me specifically where I've had vitriol for Black women that I have not.
Okay, now this right here that they're showing her crying, this dude right here with the glasses, that's MTR. He's kind of a nerdish geek, but he's got a little bit of swag, and she was over there like flirting with him, and he basically gave her a high five and was like not interested. Also because he's on live stream. So maybe he's not trying to mix business with pleasure, because this is supposed to be like a collab of someone who was respected in the sector, now has come unglued and has shown herself to be not the woman. You know, I think she took herself down a couple rungs on class. Now, one time, but 2 nights in a row, I think people were like, uh-oh. And then things just started coming unglued. And, you know, like she was
It was giving bimbo to me. You know what I mean? Now, is it okay to give bimbo? That's her business. You know what I'm saying? But if your job on the internet is providing excellence in femininity and how to be that bitch to get the dude that you want, that's not what she was giving. That's not what she was giving. And simultaneously, there's a channel, this is the channel that we're showing right now. He was going through like her 16-page divorce affidavit, uh the initial filing from her husband, that was making some allegations about how she managed the kids' YouTube channel that did not put her in a good light, as well as asking for custody of the children. So it was alleged that she didn't even have her kids. And that's a no-no on the YouTubes. A mommy that loses her kids is most definitely going to be talked about, right? So lots to chew on. Coco, you're laughing. What? Okay, so let's see a little bit more.
And when you say vitriol, tell me exactly what
So we'll go over
Vitriol,
to
as in
NPR's
the energy, the
channel
hate
to
that
see
you
how this
spew.
actually went down.
Give
But
me
this was a hot
specific.
mess.
Energy is very
This was
vague
night
term.
one.
What's energy? I need.
So them talking over onto the side, that was up until this morning. But this kind of imagery with her and this guy and she's crying, this is her like 2 nights ago. She had been drinking. He bought up Kevin Samuels. He told her that he kind of had a bone to pick with her because of the live stream she did damn near all day while they were trying to find out was Kevin Samuels dead or alive. And she was doing a whole bunch of this, that, and the third, live, talking to people, calling hospitals, all kinds of things. And she didn't go to the funeral. So the people of the sector called her out because it's like, sis, you were first responder, and you didn't even show up to the funeral. So homie had just called her out on that, and sis started to cry.
You know exactly what I'm
Things I've
talking
said.
about. I can give you
I don't.
specific
I deal with
example.
facts and specifics.
Yeah,
And then
so
started
let
to
me
twerk.
finish. I can give you an example.
Homegirl
An
was drunk,
example
okay?
is when that young lady with the blue hair was.
And on top of that, it's like, gosh, I've been watching this a lot. On top of that, the men, because this is heavily a male audience, the men in the audience were basically like, okay, it's time to shut down the live. It's time to go hit it. Like, it was so disrespectful, college fraternity. And I'm not blaming the men and I'm not blaming the gentleman host, MTR, this dude. But the dialogue in the chat was it was giving sophomore year and college. It was giving very fraternity. It was giving go beat her brakes off. Like, she's ready. Sis was in a bad way. And then turned around and came back again and got drunk again.
Was on King Rich's show, and she was just expressing her perspective on something, and before she could even get her word out
I'm
and
gonna pull it up and show you guys, because we're on someone else's channel right now.
Dogged on her and started really like screaming at the girl
crying and twerking. Okay, a hot damn mess.
She's this and that, and I just want to know why this young lady needed to submit to King Rich's when that's not her husband.
Okay.
Somebody in the chat earlier posted
this
a very
is the
good
host
comment.
of the
They
channel.
said
This guy
that she
is
called the
Mike
woman
TV.
with the blue hair a whore of Babylon because she was twerking. But here we got this broad going from crying to twerking in less than 10 seconds. So I guess Melanie thinks she's a whore of Babylon since she also twerks.
Wait, hold on, you about to twerk?
I gotta be a body.
Well, hold on. Oh.
I guess this is how whores of Babylon get down. Isn't this the pot calling the kettle black? I digress.
Right. Like, you mute me when you don't like it.
Thank you, Mike. That was an excellent pivot into my next question. Melanie, do you think that you're
Thank you, Mike. That was an excellent.
I think that you're a hypocrite because just like Mike just showed, you called this young lady a whore for twerking, this, and that. And then you once again, always cast this net of judgment onto women, onto Black women, calling them liars, saying that they set up men all the time. When you just told
She's definitely been accused. They have pulled out the colorist card, which I can, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, I don't have volumes of experience of listening to this woman's commentary, but I've heard her say a couple of things that gave me some pause. That I was like, sis, it's giving pandering, because if you don't like black women is who you're talking to. So I don't know. She has been in the sector for long enough to know how the chat gets. It's very, look, I think she was sitting up there comfortable. She wasn't on her channel, and she lost, you know what I mean? I'm not even giving her an excuse. Sis lost her mind. Now, is that the real her that came out? Probably. If you can be at a guy's house, um and drink to the point where you are drunk and twerking and crying, and you have no concept of remembering, like, oh shit, I'm kind of still at work because I'm live streaming, maybe not with my audience but a parallel audience, um where I'm supposed to be a beacon of femininity, class, and refinement, and I'm supposed to be helping you find that six-figure ninja. Yeah, it was probably a little bit of a mistake. Okay. Sis got too comfortable over at homie's house, and not one day, she went back for more another day. So and the conversations in the chat were, I don't want to say disrespectful, but it was appropriate based on what was going on. They were like, did you hit it? Are you going to hit it tonight? I mean, that's how she was acting. So that was the feedback that she got because of her demeanor. And it's just what we talk about here all the time. If you're going to carry yourself in that type of way, you can't like be surprised that someone's handling you a certain way. You're over the man's house. You are supposed to be collabing. You don't know how to control yourself. You drank way too much, and you two are live streaming, collaborating, and sis is crying. You're crying. Then you're twerking. And then you're dancing, and you're using words like DICK, and you're using what else did she say? Oh my god, it was awful. Her language was awful. It wasn't giving image consultant, someone paying money for you to help them with anything. It wasn't giving. Okay. The mask came off. Yeah, that's what the dialogue has been. And it's unfortunate because this lady was rebranding herself from a mommy channel. Clearly she had a very successful channel, or has two successful channels with her daughters, that don't appear to be posting anymore. Um and she's been able to pivot to create her own niche, a different opportunity for herself on YouTube as a commentator, right? Doing reactions and doing commentary. And because she has a certain look, because she's invested in her breasts, because she's invested in a BBL, because she's invested in having her jaw shaved, because she's invested in a nose and silky dreads and blonde weave, I guess the men are mesmerized and thought that the dialogue that she was, that is part of her channel was accurate. And when she had an opportunity to have a couple of drinks and be around a single guy that clearly she must find attractive, the walls came down, and sis is looking silly. Okay, she's looking very silly. And the fact that that it didn't just happen once. Sis got back in an Uber or whatever, his car, and went back for more and went live again in a short dress, where basically you could kind of almost see up her dress. And then he actually saw the angle and fixed it. I mean, it's one thing to be able to have some chemistry, but I don't know that this man invited her over for anyone to think that it was more than a professional collab, because he could have a girlfriend or he could even be married. I don't know. But her demeanor, her behavior, I mean, he kept it together. He did not, he seemed to be expressing himself naturally. Um, but I think the gentleman got less relaxed in his vocabulary, even because I think after the first live, or in the first live, she was cursing so much. She said dick so much. She said so many things so much that he felt very comfortable almost talking to her locker room style. And for her now almost kind of becoming one of the guys. I don't know if any of you guys saw it, but if you saw it, you know exactly what I mean. When the live first started, I think he was talking to her and treating her like a colleague and like a lady. Within the first hour after she was drunk, it was one of the boys. He was just basically treating her like one of the guys and talking like he would one of his homeboys. So kind of, not saying it was disrespectful, but I think it was more so the respect that a man would give a woman, to be a little more polite, to clean up his language, not to curse, be respectful, be a gentleman. Girl, it was like it was two guys out for beers. There was bros, you know what I mean? Um but this right here, I guess, is a picture of her from back in the day before she'd had her surgeries. Okay. So apparently she's had some work done, fillers, all of the things. I guess maybe she's gotten her nose done to look a little less um, African American. What else can I say? She's gotten rid of her African American nose and went more European. And I don't know. I mean, look. I was over there watching and missed the start over here. Okay, no worries, babe. Um that's the cray cray mom. So let's go look at that real quick, just so you have a frame of reference. And then we'll go to a reaction I did like almost a year ago, because she gets a lot of scrutiny for this, right? Um so let's just look real quick. Let me show you over here. Uh and it's Mammy Cray Cray. Who, I mean, Mammy is a little slavish, old school slave terminology. Like Mammy, isn't that kind of borderline? We don't use that anymore. Like we don't use that anymore. Okay. So I thought, right? Hold on. I don't know. I think this is what I'm also getting a read. I feel like people feel like she is conveniently black. She's black convenient, or black adjacent. Like I think girl, you read between the lines on that. I don't know. Mammy, I would be concerned. Like that's a weird whatever. But anyway, this is one of her channels. This was the mommy channel. And apparently, in some of the paperwork that was exposed, the divorce decree, basically, the husband alleged that he had been locked out or unable to access certain accounts. The accounts were turned over to someone like a court ordered administrator who would manage these accounts, because it was alleged that she had locked the husband out of the account, so he didn't have access, so maybe cutting him off from money. There was an allegation that she had spent over $100,000 in cards that were um, taken out in their company's name, their video production company, or their whatever the name of their company that creates these videos, right? But this channel here, this is the mommy channel, which has about 65 million views, almost 66 million views, right? And then there's another channel. Last night they asked her how many views. She said over a billion. She said billions. So it's not billions, but it is over a billion. Let me pull that one up real quick. Just a sec. It's hold on. Cray. Just a second. She said she didn't know that there were any black people on YouTube, okay? That there were no black kids, okay? So here's another one. I think there's another the Cray Cray sisters. So Cray Cray family vlogs. Let me show you this right here, okay? Can y'all see? Oh, there we go. Cray family vlogs. It's got almost 1 million, but I don't think they're posting anything on here 2 years ago. So everything, so since the divorce, it seems like maybe the kids aren't working anymore and mommy had to start working, okay? 247,985,000. So right there, we're looking at over 300 million between the last two videos, the last two channels. This one has almost 1 million. The accusations are is that she stole her kids' channels, right? And was putting up more adult-centered content, and it was harmful to children. I don't know anything about it, but that was the talk on YouTube, right? Let me go to the last one. Let me see. There's probably like a ton of these. I have no idea. Is it Cray Cray Family TV? Girl, they have like 1 million channels. Cray Cray Family TV. Oh, this is okay. All right, so there's this one. This one has 101 million. This is not the same channel. There's another one. 2 years ago. Okay. They don't have any of the channels linked. Okay, here we go. Okay, and then here's another one with 2.4 million. So the kids have had a YouTube career going on, 1,137,000,000, right? So so that's what's going on. So this woman came to the YouTube streets to do commentary, okay? And she's got to know how this thing works. You've been on YouTube for a long time. You know how this can work. So at the end of the day, I think that she has with her being a relationship coach, I don't know that she used to talk about her husband. I don't know that she would talk about her experience as a mother. I'm going to be honest, the times that I have tuned into her channel, I didn't even know she was a mother. I'm going to be honest. I'm not saying she never discussed being a mother, but what I'm going to say is whatever she said and however it was conveyed, it never resonated with me that this was a mommy channel, if that makes sense. So, just one second. Uh-oh. Okay. Um, okay, here we go. Let me pull this up and I'm going to share this with you guys so you guys know what we're talking about. And then we're going to go over to MTR. So, roughly, when was this? Is there a date on this? May 6, 22. Okay. So this might have been the day that we found out that, that something had happened and there was an emergency. And so right here at this point is where it's going to go into Melanie's live. Let me see. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. My cousin bought me a refresher from Starbucks. Isn't that nice? Okay, let's get into this. This was very weird, and I did not watch the whole thing play back, but let's listen to this. Any of you guys who were with me on live that day, I think I'd gone live because I heard this was going on. This was after the morning live, so let's get into it. Brave enough to give your opinion, and you're brave enough to stick your neck out and take scrutiny, that separates, really honestly, that separates the real from the fake, right? And if you are 100% about doing you, that's what it is, right? Anyway, let's go ahead. Let me share my screen. I found a channel last night
This is someone who people are taking on good authority as a friend and colleague to Kevin Samuels, who was live last night for girl 5 hours. Homegirl was putting in overtime and got a call on live from who I don't know, but she was on live for a long time and it went up, it went down. We're going to
So basically, on this day, she was live and people started putting in the chat that something had happened to Kevin Samuels, right? And she started calling his phone. And girl, she even called the hospital. Okay. And people are showing this because they feel like she exploited his death or exploited that time period for her own gains to grow in the aftermath and during the time of Kevin's untimely departure from the YouTube streets, right? And the world, right? So let's listen to this a little bit, okay?
go we're going to skip around a little bit, and I'm on my other computer, so I'm hoping that it will cooperate with me and stay and it will cooperate with me. I'm just going to put it like that. So, okay, let's get started, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Della.
Who,
Good
her and
morning
Kevin
again.
Samuels? Rebecca, if so, were they canoodled? Were they looking like they were about to get it in? I could believe that. I could definitely. I mean, obviously they're grown. But this is interesting. Listen to this and then listen to the advice Kevin gave her, and just think of what I've told you in the last 20 minutes about her behavior on the YouTube streets. And would Kevin Samuels be happy today? Huh? You're still sad about it?
And everyone,
Okay,
yeah, go
listen.
ahead, get the likes up for me, please, because it does something to the algorithm. We have 137 at the moment and only 33 likes. That's quite odd, but I don't, okay, girl. Y'all make it make sense for me because the math is not mathing, but let's keep going, okay? Let's see. So she's on silent right now. She's getting a phone call. So this is someone, her name is Melanie King, and her live is called Kevin Samuels Has Died. Okay, she actually spent
The
Kevin's
live is
birthday
called
with
Kevin
him,
Samuels Has
and
Died.
I guess she was somewhat of a client and
So-
somewhat of a friend.
So I'm gonna tell you now, I was with Kevin. Kevin has helped me behind the scenes. I have a
So
picture.
she was
We went to
live
Tom
and got
Ford. Okay, guys, I ain't
was
never
getting
shopped at no
kind
Tom
of
Ford.
slowly the alerts.
But he
I'll show
wanted.
you
You
at the
see me wearing
beginning
these
when it
curls?
started.
You see me with my hair out, natural hair out. These are the things that he told me that I should be doing. And he said, you need to represent yourself as a classy woman. You need to give women somebody to look up to. He's like, because I can talk all day, but women are going to hate me. The vast majority are not going to listen to me.
So he told you to represent yourself like a classy woman, right? However, the last 2 nights, which is completely opposite to what he advised her to do to be successful, to probably rebrand herself from Cray Cray Mom or Mammy Cray Cray or whatever, is to soften the hair, soften the appearance, and appear classy. So was that classy? Not the hair that he recommended, and getting drunk with a guy while you're working on live stream with your audience, collaborating with another audience, probably not what she should have been doing.
But women need somebody, if you can't just talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. This is why
So this is what she's getting called out on. She's over here getting paid. She's pushing a certain agenda, and girl,
my last few, actually over the last month or two since his birthday, I've been wearing pearls. That's one of the things he said, that I should wear pearls. And he gave me a lot of good advice. I have a picture of Tom Ford. Oh my gosh.
So that might have been when
He's
she.
not. He has passed, guys. It's confirmed.
Yeah.
I have 100% confirmation.
And let's keep
Okay.
in mind, Kevin Samuel's mother found out that her son was dead on social media. So I don't know if that's the minute his mother found out, but according to the family, they were seeing this stuff play out because Kevin was so plugged in to social media and the word started spreading and the people that he was friends with had platforms and people started talking and nobody had any consideration for the family. Maybe they couldn't get in touch with anyone. Maybe the family just did not know, but they were talking, people were live, people were speculating, people, she was calling hospitals, all of the things. And basically the Samuels family, the people closest to him, his blood, I believe what was said is that they were all became notified on social media, through social media, and not the appropriate channels of the passing of their loved one.
I have 100% confirmation that he has passed away.
And that confirmation, she says 100%, was
And
before
guys,
his
I'm
mother
not
was even
sad
notified.
because for me, you know, I'm not sad. I'm more of like in disbelief. You know how you just saw somebody, you're just like, huh? Do you get what I mean?
Shock.
Wow, I'm just looking at him now in these videos. He was so, there he is, celebrating life. This was his last celebration of life.
I mean, you must be a pretty close friend to be with a single guy on his birthday with another couple. So he was celebrating his birthday with another couple and this lady. And you saw how Kevin Samuels was getting down close to the end. So I don't think he mind having the company of a lady, dropping some money, going out for expensive, you know, dinners and all of the things and, beautiful restaurants and okay. And so he's got her. He was helping her behind the scenes, but he invited you to the birthday. There may have been more to that story. He might have been of the Diddy variety, like we'll get up when we get up, and I'm single, and you know what I mean? Like you got your life, I got mine. I'll meet you in Miami, right?
These are videos. I'm not playing these. I just want you to see the picture of his last celebration of life.
She didn't play him yet. She did end up doing some content with those videos. So she had some.
So I guess she was at his birthday.
Oh, sorry guys, my phone.
Okay, I was still piecing it together at that moment, but yeah, the exclusive video that she did have from her his birthday celebration, she did end up putting out in a video.
Out, but there he is. We got the stuff cake for him, all this other stuff we had,
And she's like, I didn't monetize that video. I didn't make anything off that video. I did not. But you know what? Melanie scored a lot of subscribers and a lot of people were tuning into her channel for like the latest information. So even if she says, yeah, I didn't make any money off that video, you did gain from the video. Now, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. But she has been scrutinized for that. How dare she? She very classless thing to do. I think it's one of those things where social media gets you caught up in the moment and there's some lack of awareness and consideration. So absolutely, someone who may just kind of at least when that phone call came through and she got the 100% notification, a good thing to do would have maybe been does his family know? Maybe I shouldn't say anything. I'm on live right now. Is it okay for me to, girl, I don't know if those conversations were had or not. Those would have been some good questions to ask, right? Well, calling hospitals, I don't think there's anything wrong with calling a hospital. Doing it on live stream is a little, I mean, if they just were, if they're good friends, let's say they were intimate, he's someone that she was dating, let's say, I don't know. But let's just say if that's what it was, I don't think there's anything wrong with that to check on someone that you're very close to. However, what I'm going to say is this on a live stream. Okay.
Somebody very reputable, guys. I promise you. Somebody who's even there. Actually, I'm not going to talk. It is confirmed. Kevin has died. Okay? Stop asking who. Stop asking what. You will find out. It is going to come out completely very shortly. Everything. He has passed, guys. I'm in shock just because
guys, anyone just coming in, understand that these announcements she's making, all of this is how his family found out about his death.
just
So it later comes out in the video. I guess they were arguing back and forth about something. He had texted her about something and she didn't respond.
like
so you're going to see in this video, there's like a
y'all
kind
don't
of
understand.
waves
That's what's freaking me
of
out a lot
all kinds
too.
of disbelief, shock, regret, all of these things.
I know you're asking, you want to know who. Trust me, guys. I'm telling you. I'm not, listen, don't ask. Listen, I'm not sharing that. Anybody who shares something with me and they say, do not say my name, you're going to have to peel my skin off to get that out of me. I don't disclose information. Anybody ever wants to give me information or tea or anything like that, I can promise you I will never give your name, your nothing. Zip zero. Stingy with De Niro. Okay. I will, if you ever want to share something with me,
Zip zero,
I will keep your confidence.
De Niro.
Guys,
okay.
No super chats. I appreciate your super chats. If maybe you want me to read your comment, but guys, no super chats. We're not making no money. And I understand some of you guys want me to do it because you want me to read your comment.
I mean, just say any money collected, I'm going to put in as many bouquets as I possibly can. So if you guys send anything, I'm going to when the funeral happens, I will be sending that's what Bougie Gang would do. Okay. I would have just said, yeah, if you're going to send money, thanks guys. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to send the most beautiful bouquet this money can buy that I will match and send it in the name of our squad. Right.
Yeah, I am. This is making me yeah, I will. Thank you, says Melanie. Please make sure you spend time with friends and family.
Give it to his mother.
Over the thing. I'm trying to get
Send
to your
flowers.
Comment. Thank you. I appreciate
you
it.
know
But
what I mean?
No super
Make
chats.
a donation.
This is not monetized. I don't want no super chat. I don't want no money.
I mean, did he have a stroke? He had a heart attack. I would donate it to the American Heart Association and be done.
Okay, don't give me no money for this. I do not profit off death. I do not want that karma on me. That is not what I do. And I know him personally. I was at his last celebration of life and he was fine. He was healthy. He was happy. We had good conversations. He helped me. Oh my God. We were at Tom Ford. Okay. This is what the thing was. So I couldn't get in contact with him. We had just had a good birthday celebration the night before, right?
He was telling her to stop dressing flourish.
Kevin. It's a group of us.
If you want to work with me, you want to be on my team, you want to be collab, you want to be in the know, you want to be part of the number, take them blonde wackadoodle silky dreads out your head, them dry looking dreads. I need for you to put on a more tailored looking outfit. I need for you to streamline and just style your natural hair. I need you to give less overdrawn Kylie lip kit mouth. I need for you to cover the tits. We can see that you've got a nice body. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he was giving her a little bit of styling, right? And how to be, he was giving her, have you guys ever watched My Fair Lady? Where Katharine Hepburn, Katharine Hepburn, she was she was selling flowers at the market. She was a street girl. She was for the streets, okay? back in the day. And she sold flowers, and a very sophisticated gentleman came through and made a wager with another sophisticated rich man. And he said he was an image consultant, if you will, right? And he said, I can do anything. Like, I can transform anyone, right? He was kind of like an etiquette coach, right? This is very interesting, actually. I hadn't even thought of this reference. But anyway, it's the book called Pygmalion, also known as My Fair Lady, right? And he transforms Katharine Hepburn into like the most sought after woman of the season, right? And got her language together, got her look together, and she actually, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but that's a good movie to watch this weekend with the kiddos. My Fair Lady, and the book is called Pygmalion, right? It's a classic and interesting. But yeah, he was kind of making her over. I think he gave her some additional feedback, and she was kind of insulted and didn't want to follow his advice. And look what's happened.
And he was fun. He was kind. He was generous. He was like, not, and it was a business thing. It was a business thing. I need to make this clear. A business thing, guys. If I was with Kevin Samuels,
So
I'd
her
be doing a
channel
lot
is
more than
called
this right
Melanie.
here.
Her name is Melanie King.
Okay.
Just
Trust
Melanie
me.
King. For those of you who are asking, what channel is
I wouldn't
this?
have no
Melanie King.
edges no more, because I'll be ripping my hair out. This because I don't play with death. I don't play like that, y'all.
So she's on live, and she's basically being notified. I guess the texts are
His
starting
daughter,
to come in.
his daughter, his mother.
I'm trying to find a setup that.
Oh my gosh. So what happened? So he dropped me so many gems on me. Okay. He dropped so many gems on me and was helping me. And him and I, Kevin, you know how he is on the lives? That's how he is in person.
So I'm wondering, let me ask this question. In light of what we now know with this divorce between her and her husband, I'm wondering, so she must have been in the process of her rebrand as a mommy channel, because we just looked at all those channels, right? Sis has like 4 or 5 channels with the children, the husband, all over YouTube streets, right? And here's Sis making herself into a commentary channel. Okay. Because maybe the husband's like, you know what? We're good on the kid. Like, we've done enough with the kids and no more. Because look at like Adam Ali and LaToya Forever. Kids can't be in the show, right? So where's LaToya Forever? Not on Real Housewives. Okay. So maybe she's not allowed to work the kids anymore. Jasmine. Okay. Any of you watching? Okay. Any of you moms out there that, girl, run these kids back and forth to work. So maybe that's because these channels have not posted in over a year. Some 2 years, some 1 year. Okay. But she is over here making a living on YouTube, right? She went and sought out Kevin Samuels, got a personal session, obviously, or collabing. I'm not sure how she hooked up with him. Maybe there is some conversations about that. I don't know. But she was with him at his last birthday, and she certainly benefited. But let's continue to listen.
When y'all get into it. So for me, I agree with Kevin with everything. So him and I were bumping heads. So if you think I'm just like, oh, I'm just agree with everything, Kevin. No. Listen, your friends or your colleagues, if they don't challenge you, you don't
Her name
disagree
is
with them,
Melanie
something's wrong.
King. It's
Everybody
interesting.
always
I mean,
agrees.
it's 5
Listen.
hours, so certainly I wasn't on the complete live. But this is how it starts. Like,
so
the first thing, so she's live. So she goes live.
Okay, guys, I just did a live, and someone in the live said that Kevin had passed. And I thought it was just a joke. and I'm thinking that this is still a joke.
Look, like I said at the beginning, this is someone who made something out of nothing. This is someone who developed a concept and stuck with it. This is someone who got a lot of scrutiny on YouTube and went from like zero to hero. Went from, and he says almost broke.
I've called Kevin.
To
I've contacted
millions,
O'Shea.
making millions.
I've contacted
Not
several
just on
different people.
YouTube, Instagram, multi-platforms, business consultant.
But I
He
just want to know
made
if anyone
a big
knows that this is just a
change in his
hoax or a
lifestyle
rumor
in 5 years,
or
guys.
fake news or what this
This
could
is a
possibly
big
be.
deal. And on YouTube, to me, losing this black man with
So
1.5 million subscribers,
I am trying to figure this out now.
1.2 million. I think he got over 1 million.
So obviously that's not me talking right now, right? So this was her getting the initial texts and alerts that Kevin had passed, right? So I think I'd rewound a little bit. So that's kind of where we're at, and we're watching her immediate reaction. Okay. So
subscribers just in the last year.
Right,
Last year
so
when I
if
started
anybody
watching
has
him,
information that
he
they can
had
share,
about 500,000.
please let me know.
I've
Please let me know.
seen him.
She probably gave him some. I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Kevin was dating. Kevin liked beautiful women of a certain aesthetic. I think he liked Latino women. He liked light-skinned women. However you get to, I mean, he has a aesthetic. He had a little aesthetic that he enjoyed, right? I think we found out that he may have liked a little bit more thick towards the end, which maybe he may have not. I think that was a surprise to a lot of people, like, oh no. Well, okay. Okay. Anywho, so this is how it's going. So we'll continue. Let's keep going.
Grow
I'm
1
going
million
to-
subscribers in a year, and
I'm
it's a
gonna call
legit
him
million.
again
You see his
right
live
now. Hold
streams,
on one
and they're full.
So
So here's Melanie. She has some sort of association with him, and
I'm
she's
doing
a
this right now
friend.
because I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was a joke. I thought somebody was just talking. But the people that I know,
He was
who know
consulting with
him,
her on her image. If you look at past episodes, we'll look at a
no
past
one can get
episode
in
real
contact
quick.
with him.
And he told her to take her wig
And he's not
off
answering.
and
I'ma
to
call his
class it
other
up a
phone.
little
Hold
bit,
on, guys.
because the way she was representing herself
Whew.
wasn't going to get
Okay,
her
hold on.
where
Hold on.
she
Just give me a
wanted to
second.
go. So he was
Just give
helping
me a
her
second.
behind the
I'm
scenes,
trying to
kind
figure
of
this
get
out. All right,
herself
guys. I'm calling
together
Kevin
and
right
get her
now.
channel together.
Isn't this funny that fast forward a year later, Sis is following in his footsteps and capitalizing off of what he did, not following shit and shinola of his instructions. She got them blonde dry braids, them whatever that is she has in her hair, the silky wrap dreads, which he told her that is not, you know what I mean? And maybe that was just an aesthetic he wasn't really into, or maybe he just thought she looked better with her natural hair and just style that. And you know how men are. Sometimes men just want to run their fingers through your hair, or see your natural hair, whatever your natural hair might be, right? Instead of the big overdone, silkies down to your butt, right? So he gave her a very specific recipe to follow, and Sis has done the absolute opposite. And with the cherry on top of her going over to a protege this week, getting drunk, twerking, cursing, less than feminine, less than ladylike, giving bimbo, giving slorish, and Sis is on the Fix My Life tour right now, going to any and every panel, is what they're saying on the YouTube streets. Any and every panel that will let her up.
Together, And this is what
Including,
she's
I
kind of
think she's
slowly
over at
talking
Tommy
about when they
Sotomayor.
went to Tom Ford, that he was consulting with her on clothing. He told her what to change up
I'm
on her
calling Kevin right now,
earrings.
guys.
You know, all of the things that an image consultant
She's
might
calling his
do.
phone, and
So again,
Oh, okay.
even though what we now know is that he'd spent the evening with a lady, and at some point late into the evening, right, he had a cardiac arrest, I believe, and he was with they transported, I think she got the defibrillators, right, and they transported him. So at the time that she is calling, because from the beginning of this video, I had gone back in time, so she was calling, but what we now know, that when she was calling his phone, he had already died.
Okay.
The dreadlocks are awful.
so she's calling. He's
Okay, guys.
obviously not
Right
picking
now,
up the
I feel
phone.
like this
They're
is
dreadful.
rumor. I was not.
Now, locks look nice on a lot of people. The locks that she has are horrendous.
planning on coming back on live, but this is I'm sorry. I'm just kind of I'm in shock. No, I need why are you saying he's gone? Tell me specifically what you know. I need confirmed
Like, she's
sources.
losing her shit, right?
I've called as friends, we don't have confirmation. I'm called both his phones. Right. It's just speculation right now. It's just, Adrian, tell me how you know. Cam up or call in. Tell us how you know. I can't just go this on a rumor, y'all. I don't play with people. I don't play with this. I don't play with this type of stuff, y'all. Is this a troll who did this? Is this a person who did this? You know, people will do anything for clout right now. Anything for clout. I'm gonna keep calling him.
But you know what they called out on her is that this was a 4-hour and 56-minute and 11-second live, and doing the most. Let me show you guys this real quick. This is her. This is precisely what we listened to before, the image that he told her to ixnay, the one that she is continuing to go with. So, and if that's what she likes, that's what she likes. But he told her to be successful, to rise, to be what she was looking for, the progress she's looking for in her career, was to soften the hair, a different style aesthetic, and that's not what she's doing. And right here, these are the two lives. Now, these are not the lives I would watch. This is more of a behind the scenes. She was live on his channel, and then she went live from her phone. So you can see a little bit behind the scenes. But the first one, definitely part one, this is the one that we're going to go to. This one's 2 hours, but the live was actually 4 hours. And this one she recorded for 11 minutes. Well, I guess 2 hours right here and here. Interesting. But these two lives have done a little bit of damage. Now, okay, let's get back into it. And then we're gonna go over here and watch a little bit. Okay. Where am I? Hold up. Is this it right here? Okay. Oh, so he bought her that jacket from Tom Ford. I mean, sis, you're doing way a lot. Oh, hold on.
It's all right. It's all right.
So, like I was saying,
Let it out. Let it out. Amen. Let it out.
So
Tell
they
me
went to Tom
specifically
Ford,
what
and I
you
guess he bought
know.
her a Tom Ford leather jacket.
Confirmed sources. I've called as friends, we don't have confirmation. I'm called both his phones. Right. It's just speculation right now. It's just, Adrian, tell me how you know. cam up or call in. Tell us how you know. Don't just, I can't just go this on a rumor, y'all. I don't play with people. I don't play with this. I don't play with this type of stuff, y'all.
I don't understand how she didn't understand that she was on live and didn't think anything about even asking about, is the family aware? Is it okay that I talk about it? I'm on a live stream right now. Nothing. It's crazy to me.
Is this a troll who did this? Is this a person who did this? You know, people will do anything for clout right now. Anything for clout. I'm gonna keep calling him. Information.
People will
That's why
do
I'm sipping
anything
this
for
wine.
clout.
This is the jacket.
I'm telling all our business. Did Kevin
Let it
Samuels
out.
want you to tell everyone that he bought you a leather moto from Tom Ford, probably a $2,500 or $3,000 jacket, that you were spending birthdays with him? He seemed to be pretty discreet about his personal life. Were you supposed to be discussing all that?
Let it out. Let it out. It's all right.
Oh, we were supposed to talk.
It's all right. It's all right.
So, like I was saying earlier, it turns
It's
out
all right.
they were arguing for some
And
reason.
I'm
He
here right
either
now
gave her
for,
some
for
advice
just
or
this
said something
instance.
she didn't
And what I
like,
wanted to
and
do
she
right
didn't
now,
respond
Melanie,
to his
right
last
now, I
text.
just want to give you a quick
And
prayer. And for all that will listen right now, I just want to come into agreement and touch and agree, because we're not here because Kevin died. We are here because he lived. And he set forth a lot of things in motion.
It goes all the
that
way
will
through
not be
here,
stopped
guys. Bro, there's a whole
because
panel, y'all. They were up all night. Okay. This was about a 5-hour live, and towards the end, there's like some. Let's see.
Teresa over there. Stop the cap. Ho, you the main one.
Uh-oh.
And I'm saying it like that. Y'all act like, oh, he's hurting black women.
So she, again, back to the original point of this live and why she's getting drugged on the YouTube streets. Sis is supposed to be refined femininity. She's supposed to be teaching you ladies out here who don't know how to get in touch with your divine feminine, in touch with your most feminine self, the lady in you, how to score, meet, keep, and all of the things, those high value men. And sis seems to be not too far away from an F-bomb. And I mean, aren't we all? But I'm just gonna just say, okay. She doesn't seem to be too far away from an F-bomb. She doesn't seem to be too far away from getting, like, losing her shit. And I don't know. I think it takes this woman effort to hold it together. I don't think she had the chops, and I don't think that she is you know what I mean? I'm sure she can be a lady. Follow me? I think she can probably be a lady when she wants to be. Is she a lady? I don't know. You know what I mean? She may not. I don't think she is a lady. I think she can be a lady, right? Because sis seems to be off the chain, and I don't think that she was ready for prime time yet, but she was kind of thrusted into the forefront because people liked her. I think they knew she was close or had some sort of relationship with Kevin. And you know, look, let's just be real. The men love to rally around a beautiful woman with a big rack, and she basically was Kevin's last friend, outside of the lady that they tried to discredit, who was thick, that he was hanging out with the night that he passed away. So I think, because they discredited the fuck out of her. And Melanie, she was elevated, and they rallied around her, and her, what she's done over the last couple of days, which, I mean, are they horrible things? I guess it's debatable. I don't really care. It's some tea and it's juicy. But at the end of the day, if you are a coach for femininity, and trying to help people achieve a certain status, you got to walk the walk and talk the talk.
Women's feelings. You hurt black women's feelings. Some of y'all so generous. You see a girl with bonnet, slippers.
Keep in mind, I just want to say this too. If you guys don't remember, Kevin Samuels was doing podcasts and live streams for men. Do we remember this? It's just like all of you ladies here. I don't know if there's men here or not, but the men who are here are respectful and they're respecting the fact that I'm a woman and my commentary is directed at women, right? Kevin was doing broadcasts directed at men, and there were a couple of women who called in on the night specific for men. And I think he had set aside a day that he would talk to women, right? This is kind of like about a year and a half ago, right? And that was the one video that went viral with that woman who he said that she was average at best. And so she called in on the wrong night and he talked to her anyway, which, hey, that was a.
So you think this seems fake? What, from a year ago? Her being upset. This was the day he died, sis. This is not fake. So you guys came in late. This I'm replaying from a year ago when it was found out online. And it's true. Kevin Samuels' family found out from some of these live broadcasts that he was dead. So this is actually legit. She found out online. There were people that were calling while she was live. She had been live. People started commenting that something had happened to Kevin Samuels. I guess it was traveling through, whatever, the man verse, right? And she went live again and stayed live for 5 hours and was getting various different notifications along the way. And I think the speculation was, even in the chat back then, oh, she took it hard. Was she dating him? I think it's a possibility. Whether she was dating him, like how serious it was, I don't know. But apparently there was some type of fallout before he passed away, and she didn't return his last text, and she was clearly upset. I wonder if, who knows? Maybe they told her not to come.
Pivotal moment. That was one of his videos that went viral. And at the end of the day, though, his conversation was always geared towards men. So, women, we are.
Anyway, I'm going to share this. Let's go to what happened the other night that has had her drug up and down the YouTube streets. Okay. The way she was crying. Look, I've done a few little Kevin Samuels reactions. I put them into a playlist. So they're in my playlist. So if you want to know kind of where I went with this, it's in there. And I'll put this video today in there as well. But let me go over to MTR's video real quick. And so let me shuffle the deck real quick. And we're going to and then, finish this up, because girl, sis tired. Okay, hold on a second. But I think everything you need to know to start to, if you were wanting to follow this little story, I think we got that accomplished. Hold on. Okay, here we go. This dude is called MTR, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, right? He does reaction videos, right? Now, are these lives still up? Did he take them down? Yeah, I wouldn't have taken them down. Okay, so here we are. This is them. And if it wasn't bad enough on this day, she went back for more. So let's look at this video a little bit. And if you want to do a full reaction, and it was kind of cringeworthy. It was not even kind. I don't even want to say it was kind of. It was cringeworthy. Okay. All right. Let's get into down here where she actually.
No, he's talking about.
Hold up.
No, he's talking about me being vulnerable. I'm not vulnerable.
Okay, let's see.
You're a woman. You're vulnerable. Love you over here.
She was. Hold on.
You two are funny. Great
It was
job
a
on
lot.
the show.
Hold
Keep
on.
up the great work. Beatstar says, until next time, YouTube.
Oh, mute it. Hit the mute.
Look
Guys,
at these.
hit on the like button.
That like looking weak. Yeah, we need some more likes.
I feel like the
How many people? Oh, well, it matches almost the likes, but it's not.
There you go. There you go.
Now the audio's not gonna match. Can they see this?
No.
Only I can see it.
Let's put it right here. So that's the chat. Just use the chat right there.
Okay.
But that's the visual.
Should I read some chats? What are you guys saying? El Guapo's in the house. Yeah. Shout out PG County. Okay, PG County's in the house, guys. They can't
put it on the thing.
Can they see it?
It says.
Wait, we gotta hide our faces.
Wait,
they can't see. We gotta hide our faces. It's gonna. Can you guys see it? They can't see. It's too bright.
If they decline, they drink.
No, it's
at the bottom. You was covering it. If they decline, they drink.
Boring.
If they decline, I decline. Nah. I was just.
This was.
I swore.
Okay.
Be honest about it. So I just, I don't get it, but I don't talk like a feminist, and I respect and love men and respect their value in this world and what they bring, and respect them as leaders and protectors. So anyway.
No, I don't think so. I think she's one of these women. She is belligerent. I think if she's not getting what she wants, based on the demonstration last night, she doesn't have any respect for men. I think she knows what to say to get what she wants. If you notice, she's wearing her pearl earrings that Kevin Samuels told her to wear, but not the hair. I think that she knows what to say to get what she wants, but that's not who she is. And that's it. So does that mean manipulative? I don't know, but I think she knows how to play the game to get to where she wants. And she is looking very drunk right there. Homie is looking scared. Okay. I don't think they smashed at all, but I think that she would have let him if he wanted to.
Believe
so
it
that
blindly.
You just believe it blindly.
It's
You're
whack.
the same man.
I don't know how
that
old he
believes all
is,
women,
but
so when your
she's
brother
supposed
is
to be
falsely
42,
accused, you're the one
40s.
out there with the feminist pitchfork thinking you're gonna get some ass. And like, bro, we just see you as like a puss. Like we see you, as a woman. Like we respect the man who stands on his principles and upholds other men and doesn't just believe it because a woman.
She's like one of the guys to me.
Like,
anyway,
oh, yeah,
let me see.
right,
This is where it started to go bad. Let's get around here.
Dehydrated. I'm dehydrated. Okay, community who loves him. Who
Girl, this hair is
Kevin,
awful.
Let's find out what we can find out so we can dispel this fake news. That's how it started. Because I was on another live stream. I was doing another live stream and somebody was talking about Kevin is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a shock to myself. I was just with him on his birthday. We just talked. And him and I were in a beef at the time.
All right, let me get this back just a little bit.
Counterbalance. And they're very, like my parents. Yeah, I probably want to hang with my parents. I'm just.
And you went live.
Okay, this is when he tells her.
Kevin is that we talked about it because I said there's something that I had a particular issue with you.
Yes, we talked about it.
We talked about it because I said there's something that we had a conversation.
Yes. He was mad at me when
why I was
desperate.
Listen. Can I tell you why I was displeased with you? Can I tell him?
He was mad at me when
hold up. The first time that we had a conversation.
Yes, we talked about it.
We talked about it because I said there's something that I had a particular issue with you is that when Kevin was not found and you went live. I did not like that you went live.
Yeah.
But we weren't, I mean, I've only met you.
We didn't know each other.
No, we didn't know each other at all. And I think Kevin had certain people that he would reach out to. And Kevin would mention you. And I'm sure with you, Kevin would mention me. But like we had never, talked or anything like that. Yeah. And I think when you went live and when we could not find him, at the time, not knowing you and then him saying, positive things about you, it made me upset at you. And I kept it funky with you when we talked the first time that I was upset with you because in my mind, like I did not know where he was. And I was calling him. It was no call back. You know what I'm saying? But but it fucked me up knowing being Kevin's friend and everything like that, because I would not have wanted that to be public if it was me.
Mhm.
You understand? So like, so I don't know.
Public what? That they were friends? Public what? That he consulted to help her? Public that he took her to Tom Ford and bought her a jacket? Public as far as notifying the world that he was dead and that really wasn't your job? You're not next of kin. Clearly, you didn't have the awareness of having almost 250,000 subscribers at the time, that you making that announcement would spread like wildfire across the internet, and like just lack of awareness, Miss Melanie. So that's why he was mad at you. And I guess that's also why some people don't like her and feel like they think that she's fake and phony. But let's continue.
You know, things happen at certain times, and you know, they just happen, and we just do them, and then it just is what it is at that particular junction. But at the same time, right, like,
It's not how you would handle it.
it's not how I would handle it, like at all. Yeah.
And
But you are a woman with emotions.
I am very. If I love you, I loved Kevin. I loved him with all my heart, like not in a romantic way, but to me, I was protecting Malcolm X, Martin Luther King.
Girl,
JFK.
bye.
Like I felt like I was because when I found out people were celebrating his death, I thought it was fake news.
I mean, give him a lane of his own. You don't have to give him, you were protecting. I mean, that's where I think you lose people. He was not Malcolm X. He was not Martin Luther King, sis. He was Kevin Samuels, and he had his own lane. And he wasn't out here fighting for civil rights. He was helping men who who needed help get the assistance that they needed to have the lifestyle that they wanted. Girl.
And
Sis
for
is
me,
is it the
know-
fillers? I mean, her girl.
if I was in isolation trying to call people or figure out, I couldn't. So I thought, okay, this community over here is celebrating his death. And I'm like, Kevin's not dead. Y'all are crazy. Like, this is fake news, feminists trying to come against him. So what I thought was, okay, community who loves him, who supports Kevin, let's find out what we can find out so we can dispel this fake news. That's how it started. Because I was on another live stream. I was doing another live stream and somebody was talking about Kevin is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a shock to myself. I was just with him on his birthday. We just talked. And him and I were in a beef at the time. I'm not going to go into it, you know, about it. But we were kind of like at a like trying, he was trying to push me into a direction I was not ready to go in. So I was like, whatever. That day I got a text from Kevin. Sorry, not that day, the day before, the night before. I got
I talked to him the night before too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So to hear Kevin is dead. I didn't care what none of y'all thought. I didn't give a good goddamn. Y'all
okay, but he's getting ready to lay the smackdown on her because you know what he's going to say? But sis, you didn't go to the funeral. Like all of this that you're saying, okay, I hear you, but where were you? Why didn't you go to the funeral? And the homegirl starts crying.
To the depths of hell. When it's my people, when it's you and I love you and I ride for you, I'm going to go to the goddamn depths
it's giving bimbo
fight
Tennessee.
For you and get the truth out. I don't give a if you are falsely accused, whatever it is, you people rumors, I'm going to fight. And I don't care what nobody thinks about it. And I understand people didn't have that perspective of me. People didn't even know I knew Kevin like that, or that I was at his birthday. The videos, we never planned to talk about that. Me and Dennis Sperling, like I was with Dennis Sperling, his fiance, his woman. We never planned to ever talk or put this footage out or even talk about it.
That's because you were probably a sneaky link, sis. You know your position. You know when you are dealing, like that's some of the coaching that you're doing. You're dealing with a man of power and influence. Because no matter what his finances were before he died, which I think he was starting to come into a lot of money. You know your position. If he's not sporting you out on his wrist, on his arm as his lady, as his main, and you guys were just out to dinner, he's someone he enjoyed time with, girl, you knew your position. You knew not to say anything because that's what it was.
And we had plans, like we were planning stuff and conferences and things.
Yeah, I was playing shit with him too. But what we talked about in our first conversation was the live thing.
I couldn't help it. I was panicked. I'm sorry. If I love you, if you right now, people are saying something happened to you or you did something, I would go.
It's the lack of awareness for me that you were on live stream. You knew something. Like, this is not like someone's actually dying. This is not YouTube streets. They shut their channel down. This is care, concern. It's on, kind of what happened with us a few weeks, like a month or so ago, Witchy Wit. That whole thing sent this community into a tailspin because people were very concerned and wanted to extend some grace, mercy, help to a sis that we knew was potentially in trouble, right? Luckily, sis is okay, and she's where she's at, but she's okay. But people were concerned genuinely for this guy who has a large community, right? But sis didn't have no like concept of, ma'am, the man could be dead. But there is a very thin line between this reality life and and our lives. I think that, I don't know. I don't know this woman. I don't know what would possess her to think it was a good idea to remain on live stream until you confirmed it wasn't John F. Kennedy, even though he's just as important to many people, right? This was not you know what I'm saying? Like, this was, it was not your place, right? Maybe the local news, maybe, and not discounting a blogger. Absolutely not. I would never do that. But what I'm saying is, it wasn't your place, sis. It was not your place. It's not your role. It's not your responsibility on this YouTube. You don't deliver the news. You do reactions and commentary. So on a friend, I don't know that it's your job to give the blow by blow, make the first announcement that is the privilege of his ex-wife, his daughter, his mother, the people, his closest family members, I would imagine, right? So I feel like there are some people who have a little energy towards that with her. And maybe there's some people that still don't forgive that 5-hour live.
Live fighting these hoes. I don't care. The people who love you, I say, call in, y'all. We're gonna fight. We're gonna get to the truth. We're not gonna let these hoes on Twitter.
If something happened to me, fight the hoes.
It was not the time. It was not the place, right? It was not your privilege either, right?
But I asked his mother, "Do you want me to take it down?" She said no.
Okay.
She said, "I love
because his mother."
I was hearing all these people celebrating my son's death.
Shout out to Kevin's mom. Shout out to Kevin's daughter.
You were live trying to find my son. You were trying to find the truth about my son. And I was like, I'll take it down. I didn't take no super chats. I said, delete all that. But she told me that she said that it was okay. She said that that's his legacy.
R.I.P. the GOAT.
Somebody who was fighting for him in real time when I didn't even know what was happening with my son. And I said, that's a mother. And I think because I am a mother, I react differently than a normal person, like a regular person would, because I'm going to fight day and night until I find the truth and find justice for whatever's going on. But it's even
she
hard
looks
to this day.
haggard at this moment, does she not?
I still don't know.
It's probably, to me, it's the second hardest thing I have to go through publicly. The first hardest thing was me going through cancer. Second hardest thing was that shit. Because especially I have a small family. I'm not used to dealing with loss like that. And it's so weird. Like, even at this time, like, especially like being a content creator, and more as you do this, and like Kevin will call me damn near every day. And
so he had a close relationship, maybe big brother, uncle type, confidant, mentor, mentee.
To like, yo, y'all
sis had some little dry tears. Girl,
know that before this space.
Okay,
But this
so
is not
10
a
minutes
thing that,
later.
I
like,
wasn't having sex outside relationships. So
women allow situationships because they allow sex, but they won't get wifed.
why don't you wife the woman that you would have sex with?
Shout out to feminism. Feminism has
What
kept
do they say or do that keeps you?
feminism have kept many men's dick consistently wet throughout the decades.
Ooh, oops.
So there used to be a time period where
Oops.
you need to marry a young lady in order to explore the viscous innards. There used to be a time. Now it's just.
Do you see how?
Break.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with having this conversation, but because her nose is firmly implanted into a red Solo cup, sis is drunky drunk. The way he kind of the way he talked, he didn't have any respect for her, but he's telling her the one that you are betting down, that's not the one that at least that's how he thinks, right? He's like, that's not the one that I would wife up. Look at this. It's a mess.
And I had so many people, like, even though I was there at the funeral, I had so many people
Those
talking
are
about,
some.
why were you not at the funeral?
Yeah, they were talking about
Like,
you,
even though,
sis. You were
but
Johnny on the spot, and you didn't show up for the funeral.
I had so many people, like, even though I was there at the funeral, I had so many people talking about, why were you not at the funeral?
I can't see that man in his casket.
You could have showed up. Why do people always say that? I can't see that man in the casket. Have you never been to a funeral before and you sit your behind in the back? Have you never been to a funeral before and you just go down and have a seat? If you don't get there early enough, sis, by the time the funeral starts, the casket's already closed, boo-boo. And you didn't have to go to the wake. The wake may have been closed casket, or there may have been some sort of a get-together or a repast, something to show your respect, considering that, sis, you're still crying a year later. It looks weird and it looks sus, and people are like, what's the crying about, right? Homie looks mad. I think he probably, I don't know. I mean, clearly he was close with Kevin, right? All right, let's keep going. Sis is going to get up, but he's talking to her, giving her his point of view on slorish type females, and that's not the ones that they will end up wifing up. Okay.
Lighting. No,
I told you before.
You turn on the lights.
Glamour lighting.
Why are we so far
They got
away
over that
from the
tearful
screen?
conversation. This is not an edited
We gotta
video,
get you
guys.
closer
This
to
was
the screen.
live.
You ready?
I want to stay blurry. I like being blurry.
No, you in focus right now. Look at that one.
I don't want to be focused.
All right.
What happened?
What?
Your last relationship was 20 years ago?
Yeah.
20 years ago.
And
Ew.
How long were you
Let me tell you about this.
How long were you together?
Well,
no,
hold on.
we went through
I showed it to you. I'm gonna tell you.
guys, we
listen.
went through a rabbit trail. He told me about his situation, and I was like, look her up.
You know what? This is another problem for some of you ladies. This video right here, be aware. It's not always good to overtalk the men, okay? He's trying to tell a story. Do you notice every time he starts to try to say something, she overtalks? That's annoying to most people. But if you are trying to score a guy, let him talk. And if it's hard for you to not interject and not talk over, just practice on shutting up. Like, if you're really like, oh my God, I want to say something, don't. Wait till he's done, count like to 3, and then go. You don't always have to overtalk. He's sitting with you. He's going to listen to you, but let him get a chance, right?
Y'all, what we found. I'm going to let you know.
Whatever. Okay, there she goes. Don't she keeps getting up. She's got on. Okay. She's walking all throughout his house. Studio.
Hey,
okay.
Listen, Melanie. Respect.
She keeps going,
but out of curiosity, shout out to Cole Medj Kels with the 27 Canuck bucks. No respect to Melanie, but out of curiosity, the Red Pill advises to never seek advice from a woman because they can never understand your pain or experience.
Okay, this is a live. Do you see how she just walked back with the 2 red Solo cups, twitching and switching? This was supposed to be like a professional collab. Sis has her breastises out. it's just a poor show. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate. But guys, and she went back and did it again another night, and then last night she was on live streams. Like the sis has been going for 12 hours.
Experience. What are your thoughts?
Look at
on
this.
Absolutely. I can never understand you guys. You're right.
What the
I wish I
hell
could
is
find the
going
part
on?
about her wanting to
You
kiss
gotta come
him.
up on something other than a bitch.
Amazing Lux. You guys gonna understand like this whole content creation thing. We should have a whole now.
Yes,
okay.
you told me what to do and I followed you. It's mine. What is it yours? Whose is it?
I think it's.
We don't care.
I don't care.
Have you ever broken the law? Yes. Next. No, I'll tell a story.
Last one.
Y'all want me to be a bad girl? You want me to break the law?
This is really pathetic.
Nah, look at this one.
That's the first one I pulled.
That's the one that you pulled earlier?
Yeah.
Look how she's looking. This is
no,
awful.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. No. You're lying to your audience. You know what you wrote.
He, you know, I think he's going to be smelling like a rose. I don't know if he's even going to address this, but he might not. I mean, he's fine with what happened. I think that this is just another woman exposing herself in the worst way possible. He's going to check back into his studio, go live, and he's going to be fine. This chick, this video is going to live forever. She was in a position where she was able to give certain advice, and I don't know if she's going to be completely rejected. People were talking about canceled, whatever. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm gonna keep my eye on it because I thought it was interesting. And you guys know I love a shit show. Plus, she's a mommy shit show. Girl, all of this drama. Let's see. She just really ends up talking super inappropriate. You guys have to watch the end of this. Let's fast forward here. But if you want to watch this, you can skim through some of it. It's all bad. Okay. It's all not a good look. I think what happened was they went into this thinking we're pros. We know what to do. We manage our own shows. I think what happened was they didn't have if I was getting ready to go live with Coco and Erica, you know what I would do? I would sit down. I would have a list of all the things we're going to talk about. Erica's bringing this, Coco's bringing that. I'm talking about this, and go, right? If you sit down and don't have a plan, you know how they say either plan to succeed or plan to fail, right? If you don't plan to succeed, plan to fail, right? So without a plan, you will fail, right? And without an outline, without a purpose. These two mixed alcohol with working, which that's why when you go to your Christmas parties and functions, they're very limited on alcohol because people fuck up and do stupid things. And these two mixed their money makers with alcohol and, you know, kind of a weak constitution. I think that he messed up allowing that too, just as a man. However, he did control himself and he didn't fall for the okie doke. Okie doke would have been giving in to her. And I think she looked really stupid. And it's the lack of awareness that she actually came back another day and did it again. Right. Anyway. Okay. Yeah. Cringe. Like it was almost like Jasmine coming for Chris and Chris, like, you know what I'm saying? He's making faces. He's clowning her, right?
You drink for this dare?
He's clowning her.
Wow.
Okay, so I think it was a kiss, and he had to take a couple of sips, and he doesn't do
on the
it.
Subject, you sure? Fuck it, cause I got your back like Carol Pratt. Tick.
I'm sorry. He's a cornball. No offense, sir.
Hey, shout out to
Look at this.
Be Sharp. If you're gonna do.
Guys, go watch it if you want to. I can't take another minute. Okay. We might watch the other one. Do you see how he talks to her? She's giving bimbo all day. It's awful. It's really unfortunate.
I don't know. Connect. That's quite
Oh, they
apparent.
can't even see it. The Pilates.
Oh. I don't know. There's such a weird delay here.
Struggle streaming at its best. But look at your super chat.
There's no cap here.
Oh, there's no cap with
All
me.
it is W's.
I never
I mean,
cap.
it's a hey, nice. Hey, feet on carpet. Hey, nice. Good form. Good form. Look at them. Look at them little things. Those are good feet.
You know what? The memory on the YouTube streets is very short. Some people will never even know that this happened. If I were her, I would take off. I would come back after Mother's Day. Come back in a month. Come back in a month and people will forget, and those who remember will have to remind everyone, and no one's going to care. Okay? It's awful. It's not cute. Like, it would be one thing if the Silkies were cute, but it's like, okay.
Those are good. Hey, nice. Hey.
All right, so that's a no.
That was a jig.
Is it a no? Yes or no? We done.
I don't know if he has kids, but Melanie, think about it. You're a divorcee. You're 42. Sis, you come off thirsty AF. You got 2 kids. You sit on here. Last night you were on the panel and you said that your ex-husband had issues. Remember Kevin saying nobody wants to marry a woman with a sus baby daddy? Even though that's your ex-husband, sis, you got a whole sus baby daddy. And oh, okay. MTR. Hold on a second, sis. You got a sus baby daddy. You are a mummy of 2. You are over 40 and you have a big mouth. Like all of the things that Kevin was like, oh, hell no. Okay.
Done playing with him,
Girl,
y'all.
he's not kissing you on his good
That'll be my first
Christian broadcast. I'm going to have to look at. I will.
Oh, you
we'll
wanted me
look
to?
at that one tomorrow.
I didn't know. Is this a thing that you wanted me to do?
No.
She's definitely in
So why
competition.
you middle fingering me then?
No.
You know what? She's one of these women who comes off as one of the guys. Like she puts down her, I don't want to say put down her crown. I don't want to sound corny, but this is a woman who likes to go for being one of the guys, but understand that when a guy treats you like one of the guys, he's going to friend zone you. Okay. Men treat ladies like ladies. And if you want to be a lady that's going to be treated like one of the guys, that's the treatment that you will get. You understand what I'm saying? There's no coming back from that. So, this stunt and behavior, not only one day, but 2 days, I don't see her coming back to his channel if he's smart. Like he needs to kind of like, okay, that won't happen again. This was a bad look.
Stretching it. Y'all ever have to stretch your finger muscle?
She's not on his brand because she's the type of woman that they talk about that they'll deal with until the wife material shows up.
So,
Look at that.
you just stretching your finger muscles.
I was stretching. No, I'm stretching my finger muscle.
It had nothing to do with like the actual.
No. Like from the top levels, of different sports, of different industries.
No, but they'll find your shit because they're gonna fight it from here. And
I got it. This is my second time getting deleted, and I still always
okay, whatever.
It's people like you guys who
her Instagram got hacked, I think.
This. Like there are.
Oh, no worries, Tennessee. I knew who you were talking about. I was like, I don't think TMR did an interview with Melly Monaco.
To start an OnlyFans together, but I told him no.
No, I know. I didn't actually say that.
No,
Let me try real quick.
We love.
I want you to read that one. Can you read that one?
Say? Great show. We need Melanie back in.
The comments were.
You didn't want to kiss me.
But that's like a live thing.
Why can't you kiss me on live? Are you embarrassed of me?
Because you're not wife material, sis. That ship sailed.
Things that should be for public and certain things that should be for private.
No, nothing's happening in private, guys.
That
doing all this with the camera. I'm going to my hotel after this.
Okay, yeah, no, of course, okay.
Do you see this
on stream? That shit will be brought up for forever.
I don't care. I'm grown.
Oh, okay. You cared.
Like, oh
it was up all last
she
night.
Said this. Like you ain't getting no pussy. So
can you believe this?
But if you're not getting pussy, I'm showing you how. So,
Girl. Bookings canceled. Clients canceled. No, Max. No. Mm-mm. This was a collab. This was like if you
Cheers this
called me and
hoe.
wanted to come
She's
collab on my
coming full
channel.
steam
Well,
ahead.
not me,
Cheers
obviously,
this
but some
hoe.
dude,
Cheers
right?
that hoe.
Shit.
A mess.
Guys, I'm a troll. Has no one realized I'm a troll?
This is a great place to stop. She says, guys, did you realize I'm a troll? Yes, I did. I'm going to be honest. Yes. You know why I'm calling her a troll? Because last night, and we might get into it. It's probably going to have to be tomorrow or the next day. She went to two small channels, one that has like 15K, one that has 10K. The 10K dude, Mike, who we looked at first when we started this live, exposed some truths, right? Anyway, long story short, I do think she's a troll. I think that she punked this guy last night for about 3 hours. Then she went to another panel, sat there, took a ton of questions. She was, I wouldn't say belligerent, but she was extremely rude. And it was interesting. So I'll share some links. I think I shared one already. I will share this one. And so both of these links will get you to the two channels we watched, and then I took you back in time to a reaction I'd done like a year or so ago. Anyway, look, if this is how she wants to get to 1 million on her own, I mean, not to say she couldn't do it, because she knows what to do to have a successful channel. Her and her husband have about 4 channels, and they have a lot. They had a lot of success for their children. Sis knows what to do and how to do it. Sis did this on one day and went back and did it another day, and then stayed up all night doing the circuit of interviews and panels and such. For as silly as she may seem and as dumb as this may have seemed to do, could this have been a whole entire strategy? Is she really trolling? Is she does she want everybody talking about her right now? And that's quite a possibility. Why not? I mean, we see Olivia and all of these girls do it all the time. I would think that someone who's got like 2.5 million on one channel for her daughters, with 65 was it 1.1 billion views on that channel? Guys, a lot. It was over 1 billion views. She may be using him. Okay. So I'm glad that we ended on that part. Is she a troll? She says, you guys haven't figured out I'm a troll yet.
I'm like a born troll.
Okay.
Even on your Instagram.
A born troll that will live broadcast like she is Barbara Walters, breaking the news that Kevin Samuels passed away, right? She took that from his family, from the police, from people who legit had the right to make that announcement, and took that from them and made those announcements. And homie was pissed at her, right?
I got deleted how do I get deleted and you don't?
Because he's
way harder content.
You can't play the man's game and expect to ever win.
Second time.
That's
These
what
hoes do not like me, y'all. They do not.
Steve Harvey says that all the time. Think like a man, act like a lady. You are thinking like a man and acting like a man. That's why you can't get away with it.
Want y'all up. They do not want men having any pride in themselves. They want you down bad. They want you to be simps. They want you to trick off. They want you to be a whore and just accept their whole 6 dicks a night activity.
And
he's a gentleman, but he's a G.
This is, girl, we're done, right? I mean, You
gonna show him? Show him. You're not gonna show him? Came through we're real people. Like we're just trying to have fun.
Here's the thing.
We all gotta work tomorrow. Like we're just having a good time together.
Let me also say this.
Stop taking it so serious.
Let me also say
honestly.
this. Well, let me also say this.
Yeah.
Is that I think that you're super dope. I think it's just, I think that what you give out, when I watch, so like the first time that we had the opportunity to be able to like connect,
he told me what he didn't like about me.
Yeah, I already told her, as soon as we had a conversation, I told her immediately.
Our first conversation,
I told you what I did not like about you. But that's how I am. Like, that's how I am. I don't fuck with people that I do not like.
You know what?
I don't.
You know what drew you in?
Here's the thing. Let me also talk about this as well, because I get a lot of flack for videos that I have created. And I think in my current journey as a content creator, I am way more apt to call out things that I do not vibe and gel with. But you have certain content creators that will not call out shit because they're friends with people. So as a viewer, you have to ask yourself, would you much rather fuck with somebody who you can't get the actual information from or the actual feelings regarding a situation, or the motherfucker that prioritizes their friends in the space over you? True. That's what you have to ask yourself.
Oh God.
That's what you have to.
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all go because he's giving I'm angry. And I think we'll cut it right there. If you guys are interested in hearing more about this is so drunk. Okay. This is funny to me. Any time that Melanie goes on live and is drunk, I promise you we'll be talking about it. Because if she doesn't mind doing it, I don't mind talking about it. Okay. Guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. Have a great day. I'll see you guys maybe later, more likely tomorrow. Okay. Take care.
Walk it like I talk it. 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 Walk it like I talk it.